Hello, today's Crucible Classic is a semi-final occasion that really packed a punch, almost literally in fact, because in 2002 the defending champion Ronnie O'Sullivan was taking on 7-time world champion Stephen Hendry, and in the build-up had promised to send him packing back home again in no uncertain terms. That in turn had fueled Hendry's fire and had created plenty of column inches in the newspapers in the build-up.
I thought we got on all right off the table, but obviously what Ronnie said we didn't. So that was a surprise to me as much as anything what he said.
I think that was quite a defining point in my career really, because obviously he's the king of snooker, you know, and such a great record at the Crucible that, you know, it was like his own backyard. He made it his own kind of backyard in a way, and you was made to feel second best whenever you played Stephen Hendry, really.
We play snooker the same way. We play snooker, you know, we play the same game. Ronnie obviously plays it a bit quicker than me, but basically we play the same type of snooker. So it was always great to play Ronnie and be involved in those sort of aggressive attacking matches where it's just who's going to score the heaviest is going to win.
The Crucible crowd, we had oohs and ahs all around. This was very close.
A similar shot, albeit on the other side of the table, with which Hendry started his 91 break in the decider yesterday against Ken Doherty.
1.
Well, he's left with a tester here. If he takes the black on, he's going into the reds over the corner pocket, up to the left of the brown. It's a must-pot situation here.
Excellent shot.
8. 9. 16.
Bit awkward queuing. He might take a red to the middle pocket. Yeah, I thought that was a bit of a stretch there. There's one that'll go into the middle and he can get onto the blue, but this is a bit awkward bridging over the reds and pink there. It's quite straightforward to knock this one into the middle and stun over to the right side of the blue.
$17. 22. 23. 28.
Always had this red in reserve if he came the wrong side of the blue.
Yeah, 29.
It really is a fascinating battle. You've got a player here who I think go on to be the greatest player that's ever played the game, up against, for me, the greatest player that's ever picked up a snooker cue. And I think even the great Steve Davis has conceded that fact as well.
$34. 35. $42.
Good start
43.
from Ronnie O'Sullivan. I do hope that both players play at the top of the form. It will be a fascinating semi-final, this.
$51.
O'Sullivan's picked up where he left off against Stephen Lee last evening. 10-all, he finished that match off with an 80
58.
and 2 centuries.
$59.
Yeah, and just look at the position he's in here. It's take your pick time. Got 3
64.
reds in a row.
$65. $72. 73.
Well, to make his century, he's going to have to get
80.
from yellow to green.
81. $87. $88.
Very quick, very sure. The break only just reaching the 6-minute mark.
$95.
So this,
97.
Clive, will be 3 centuries and 4 frames, you would have to say.
100.
Spread across 2 matches.
104.
But what a tremendous start. One chance and it's all over.
109. 115.
A superb effort of 115 gives Ronnie O'Sullivan the first frame of a possible 33, spread over 4 sessions.
What a clearance from Ronnie of 115, and O'Sullivan trying to do what only Hendry and Steve Davis had previously achieved by successfully defending the world title the following year. Well, that clearance really did set the tone in the early stages. Both men quite clearly up for this, given the history and the build-up to the match. Into frame 4 we go, and it's O'Sullivan leading by 2 frames to 1.
O'Sullivan replying to Hendry's break-off shot. You're a starter for a good many. Good opportunity this for Hendry.
One.
That was amazing there, Clive. The audience anticipated that the white was going to go in the pocket, so they really are keyed up for this match. They're involved in every single shot. That's a careless one to cannon the brown, but
6.
and if Stephen starts knocking in the long ones, we're in for an absolute treat here.
Yes, his initial red in this break, as easy as it was
14.
too thin to hold for black.
15.
And momentarily he was in trouble, but he's back in prime position again.
$22. $23. $30. $31.
Always had the brown as a bit of insurance there. A bit unlucky not to be on the black, but it just means that he's got a long way to travel with the white here to get back to the reds. How's the pace?
35.
He's having the cue ball clean quite a bit. It must just be picking up a little bit of dust, or maybe it's amazing sometimes how you can pick little bits of the carpet up and it gets onto the ball.
$36. $43. $44.
Stephen Hendry special coming up. He's got enough angle. But it's a little bit awkward, this. If he catches that pink half ball, he could go into either corner pocket. He's had a good look at the reds to see if there was anything available, but he's definitely got to move them. So he might be running it around here. Well, at first glance,
49.
it looks as if he's not on one, but there might be one potable, but he couldn't have played it any better. Opened them perfectly, but he needs a bit of help to reach this. You could see his reaction there to his bad luck.
Referee Arian Williams producing the necessary aids to performance.
And he's going to need a few of them here, Clive. Needs the spider to bridge over them. Difficult to sight this.
Did well.
I think he did more than well. Not only
50.
the pot, but judge the cannon on the black. We'll give him definitely 10 out of 10 for that.
$57. $58.
Well, Clive, I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying every
65.
single minute of this match. We're coming to the mid-session interval, and it's been a fascinating opening 4 frames. And there's a little bit of snooker to be played in this one
65.
before they go to that interval. That was a bad miss.
An unforced error. Just when Hendry seemed certain to level at 2-all. The frame appeared to be his, but it might not be.
And just look at the scores. He only needed a red and a colour.
So here's the first crisis point for Hendry. Could his blunder cost him a 2-frame deficit?
$7. $8. $14. $15.
Well, they're all in perfect position now. What a frame to pinch this would be.
$20. $21.
And just looking at Stephen Hendry there, I don't think he expects Ronnie
28.
to miss.
$29.
Well, I don't know about him. I certainly don't.
But you never know with the blue on the
36.
pink spot and the pink on the blue spot.
37. $43.
Not very often you see the colours like this when the player's clearing up. So
45.
Brown has got a lot further to get to the blue and then back to the pink. So
48. $52. $57.
Pink and black still needed. And he's straight on the pink.
that's what I mean with that pink being on the blue spot. Look what he's going to be left with if he rolls the pink in. Is it going to be 3-1 or is it going to be 2 each?
63.
So, after all,
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 63.
it's not going to be 3-1 to
Thank
O'Sullivan,
you. Quietly, please.
assuming Hendry pots this. Hendry first in with 65. O'Sullivan had a chance to clear, but lost position for the last black. So it's Hendry who levels at 2-all at the mid-session interval.
All square then, and already this is shaping up as a memorable occasion. 26-year-old O'Sullivan took the next, and as we head into frame 6, it's Stephen with a 35 points advantage here.
Well, it looks as if he might be able to make this.
Eight.
So now Hendry has a chance to atone for his unexpected mistake.
9.
He hasn't got a good angle on the black. He normally would play to get up somewhere near the circle, but he hasn't got the angle to do that, so that's why he's looking to see if he can leave a red into the right middle pocket. He's just not sure. And sometimes when the reds are close together like that, you're not sure which one will pot, but one of them must go in the middle. Now, which one is it that pots?
16. 17. 23.
Wait.
Okay.
The pack
24.
opener left the red in colour that Hendry needed to clinch the frame.
And it's still fascinating stuff from both these great players. And we're going to be all square after 6 frames.
31. 32.
3 times Hendry has been the odd frame behind, and 3 times he's responded.
39. 40. 45. 46.
'Hendry's initial 43 in this frame ended prematurely
51.
when he missed a very simple red.
52.
But He's taken his second chance to level the match.
59. $61.
Well, I mentioned earlier his
64.
highest break in this match so far was in the fourth frame of 65. He's going to better that here.
68. $73.
And with his break of 73, Stephen Hendry levels the match at 3-all.
3-all. And O'Sullivan, who'd beaten John Higgins in the final the previous year, edged ahead in the next frame, 4-3. That's the score as we head into frame 8.
Excellent red, and also got into the cue ball sufficiently to get above the blue.
And what about that
6.
for perfect judgment?
$7.
A nice little cannon onto the red there at the back of the bunch will hold the cue ball nicely.
$14. $15. $20. $21.
Ronnie O'Sullivan opened this afternoon with a break of 115. He's going to finish with a few here, I feel.
28. 29. $36.
He really is something special to watch. You could watch him all day.
37.
He's a wonderful break builder, particularly
44.
in the way he keeps going into the bunch to develop reds.
45. $52. $53.
Simply because O'Sullivan has 4 times been the odd frame in front, I think he has shaded this session. And here's his chance to reflect that
60.
by taking the last frame of the afternoon to secure a 2-frame overnight advantage.
$61.
Just needs one more red. And it will be 5-3.
68. $69.
The highest break of the session. As we mentioned, that break of 115 in the opening frame by Ronnie. Can he finish with a century?
76. 77. $84. 85.
O'Sullivan is good in all departments. But in terms of reeling off frame-winning breaks,
92.
he's simply superb.
93.
Can't score enough to overtake Matthew Stevens' break of 145, the highest in this
99.
year's Embassy World Championship, and there's £20,000 for the high break.
He first about the century, but the break of 99 secures for O'Sullivan a 5-3 overnight lead. You've got to knock a high percentage of those sort of shots in at this level, because so often they give you the initial chance. It's extremely important in this second session of 4 that Hendry doesn't fall further behind.
Five.
O'Sullivan started
10.
with a break of 115 yesterday. 4 times went the odd frame in front and eventually got 2 in front. By
11.
winning their last frame of the day with a break of 99.
I'm sure Stephen there played upon the blue so he could cannon into the bunch. He didn't find the angle, but he's played a good
16.
positional shot there. He's just got to judge as this cue ball runs into other reds. He's got the red into the right corner. And as he pots it, he will be releasing a few more reds. And he couldn't have played that better. That was an excellent shot.
$24. $25. 32. 33.
Well, you can always tell with a player if he gets down pretty quick, he's happy with the potting angle. He looks a little bit straight, but he's straight, he's okay. Swinging back for a choice of reds. One in the left centre, this one in the right
40.
corner. It's quite amazing, really, when Stephen came to the table. Thought it was his turn to break off. Referee Aaron Williams said, no, it's Ronnie's break. So Ronnie came to the table, because I don't think he was sure. He broke off. Stephen knocked in a
41.
tremendous long red, and this is the result. Talk about toss of a coin.
Well, Hendry hasn't won this frame yet, but he certainly got a chance to do so.
$48.
With the cluster open, Hendry will be very disappointed if he doesn't clinch the frame at this visit.
$56.
He did make a couple of unexpected errors yesterday when he seemed to be heading for a frame-winning contribution. Although, strangely enough, he ended up winning both those frames.
$57.
The black, one more red and a colour is what's required. He's probably a little bit thinner on this black than he would have liked. But in it goes. Nicely on the next red.
64.
Tough school, this. Sullivan just broke off.
65.
It looks as though it's going to be his only shot in the frame.
Knowledgeable applause
71.
for that simple pink.
72.
It was the ball that guaranteed Hendry the frame, barring snookers.
$79. $80. $86. 87.
A long red to start with, and then slide rule precision.
$92. 93. 99. $105.
Well, this has just been a tremendous start from Stephen. I remember you saying yesterday, Clive, you didn't think Stephen would really be happy until he won a frame at one visit. Well, you don't come any better than this.
110.
From the break-off, never gave his opponent a chance. Superb start to the morning.
114. 119. 125 on the frame.
O'Sullivan broke off, but the next 35 shots were Hendry's. His break at 125 halves his overnight deficit, but he still trails by 5 frames to 4.
It's fantastically high-quality stuff, this match, isn't it? Neither man can shake off the attentions of the other so far. They shared the next couple of frames, so O'Sullivan leading 6 frames to 5 as Hendry gets ready to break in the 12th.
So often a red like this is left from the break-off shot. O'Sullivan had a shot like that in the frame before last and Hendry's break-off, but he's missed both of them.
One.
Listen, Ronnie's reaction when he missed the red, he wasn't happy at all. Probably a little bit frustrated he lost the last frame. There's been some great matchups in snooker, hasn't there, Clive? You can think of Reardon, Higgins. Here's Ronnie's reaction. You got Reardon, Higgins, then you had Steve Davis, Higgins, and then Steve Davis, Jimmy White. But this one is a bit of a matchup to compare with any of those, I think. Hendry or Sullivan.
Yes, there's a touch of
13.
the old king versus the new king about it. But at the moment, Hendry is playing like the king of the 90s. He was.
$20. $21.
Hendry hasn't been all that successful on the circuit this season. He's won only one title, the European Open. But in a sense, he's always regarded all the other tournaments as preparation for this
26.
one, the climax of the season.
27.
The one which counts more than all the others put together in terms of status and standing in the history of the game.
Well, for one moment I didn't think he was going to be on a red. Didn't hit the pink four as he intended. Cue ball looked as though it could go in off in the corner. Just watch the cue ball. I thought for 1 minute, mate, going off, slid round the jaws, and a red appeared from nowhere. Just having a little run at the moment, Stephen. Best of 33, though. It should even itself out. And when you get the run of the balls, take advantage while you can.
Too far for the simple pink that he was intending to leave, though. Wanted to be straighter. Still not all that difficult, though, the way he's playing.
$40. $46. $47. $53.
I'm sure when Stephen started this morning, 5-3 behind, the first thing he wanted to do
54.
was level the frame scores in this match. He's got every chance to do that now. This is the last frame before the mid-session interval. So Ronnie, there's just still a bit of sleep
60.
in his eyes. He's looked in good form. It's just the frame winning
61.
chances seem to have just fallen to Stephen rather than him. He's nothing to panic about, apart from the fact that Stephen Hendry is in as good a form as I've seen him
67.
for many a long year. He really is. And of course he's up
68.
for this, as Ronnie is. And it's just like two people saying, well, look, I can do this, and the other one saying, I can do this. And it's just a great matchup, this. Probably the greatest player that's
74.
ever played against the most naturally gifted player that's ever played. Who do you fancy?
75.
The frame was long since won when Hendry developed that red into a potable position.
82.
He really is going well. And above all, he's shown O'Sullivan that in no way
88.
is he afraid of him.
89.
By his choice of shot, by his attitude, Hendry is carrying the fight to the defending champion all the time.
95.
Well, Clive, I'm certain you'll tell us how many centuries rates this is, but he certainly loves the century, does Stephen? Go in. Well played. Superb stuff. It really is.
102. 104.
Century number 568.
$107.
At his first visit to the table this morning, Hendry made a break of 125.
111.
This is his last visit before the mid-session interval.
116.
And it's produced another superb century.
122.
And with that break of 122, Stephen Hendry level. Committed himself to it fully, and had he made the potting angle, would have been perfect on the black. But caught the red just too thick.
One.
You know what we've seen so far this morning. This is a good chance for Stephen. He's not been missing when he's been getting in like this. It's all about, of course, controlling that cue ball. That could be a costly mistake from Ronnie.
9. Sixteen. Seventeen.
Pink spot.
23.
Not available, but going on the blue is no problem to Stephen.
24. $31. 32.
For that red, he was 5 points in front. If he can pot colours with those remaining 4 reds in the middle of the table, he won't need the awkward red near the right-hand cushion, so...
39.
You wouldn't expect a mistake. You'd be surprised if he didn't win the frame now.
40.
And if he did, it would put O'Sullivan behind for the first time in the match.
47. 48.
Well, they're witnessing a match here. I know it's only the second session of 4, but the play from both players, the determination and the skill that's on display
55.
from both players. This is a tremendous contest.
56. 63.
If he was straighter, this would be a certainty, but he should still pot what is effectively frame ball.
64. $70.
Well, this is sensational play from Stephen.
71.
Made a century in the first frame this morning. Made a century in the the last frame. The frame before the mid-session interval. He gets on this yellow, which he has. I fancy another one.
76.
The skill and powers of concentration of this
78.
man never cease to amaze me.
81.
No century, but the break of 81 takes Stephen Hendry in front for the first time in this match. It came from that failed long red from O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan didn't get back to the table again. Hendry leads 7 frames to 6.
So for the first time in this match, it's Hendry, the 33-year-old, who has taken the lead. And of course, some people were dusting down the Hendry VIII headlines in the hope that he might secure an 8th world title. Long way to go, though. He took the next to extend his lead to 8-6, and he's got a very healthy advantage of 51 points as we go into the next frame.
Well, that's a big mistake from Stephen, and bigger because he's brought the blue into play. That blue wasn't possible into the centre pocket. He had a 51-point lead. That's really opened up the chance of a counter-attack. But can Ronnie take it?
1.
Big moments now in this second session. Ronnie won the first session 5-3. At the moment, he's 5-1 behind in this. This is a big frame.
7. 8. 14. 15.
'He's not good.
21.
That's not where he wanted to be. He played a bad positional shot off the pink, and he won't be getting
Ronnie
another
O'Sullivan,
chance
21.
maybe. That was disappointing for Ronnie.
Thank you.
I must be blunt. There have been 1 or 2 signs that O'Sullivan has cracked this morning. But the beauty
1.
of championship snooker and its long matches is that there's time for a trailing player to come back.
Yes, but of course, if you look at the breaks that Stevens
7.
rattled up, you know, breaks of 59, 122, 81, only a 44 in the last, but it means that, well, it's not gone in. Well,
Stephen Hendry,
Ronnie
7.
O'Sullivan is going to get another chance. I was saying with Stephen doing all the scoring, Ronnie's not been at the table too much and probably hasn't got a rhythm going. But this is another
1.
chance. The key shot, pot the pink, get position on this awkward last red. Not bad. Stephen will be kicking himself if he loses this. You'll think when he pots this red, 30 points behind, well, if he pots it, it's tricky this. It's no gimme. Well, only just in. He didn't have to do a lot with the
8.
cue ball. He'll play the blue. because the blue stops the green going in that pocket. But a good shot required from blue to yellow. Underhit it. Still more work to do.
13.
Should be plain sailing now, though.
Yes, I'd agree with you if the black was on its spot. But the fact the black's not in his spot, on its
22.
spot, he wants good position, and it's gone wrong. Well, better more angle than less. Good shot from blue to pink required. This is the key.
27.
Looks perfect. He's just got to drop behind the black. Big frame.
33.
Stephen Hendry looked twice as though he had it in the bag. What a frame for Ronnie if he can pot this black.
O'Sullivan seemed to be faltering, but at the end he cleared up with 40 to win on the black and reduce Hendry's lead to a single frame. Hendry leads by 8 frames to 7. Attempted the cutback, knowing that he was scattering the bunch. I don't think Hendry has got quite the same composure that he had a quarter of an hour ago when he was at 8-6 up. Made a couple of costly errors in the last frame.
Well, that was a tough red that Ronnie went for, and he went for it full-blooded. So the first good chance falls to Stephen.
One.
And of course, he would have been rattled by losing the last frame, which he had 2 very good chances to win. And, well, he could be forgiven for thinking that he's playing this frame, and he should have been playing for a 10-6 lead going into the 3rd session. Now the best he can do is a 2-frame advantage, although he's certainly settled for that, having lost the first session 5-3.
Nine.
You can feel the tension,
16.
you know, in the Crucible. As soon as the player gets down to play
17.
the shot, there's a hush descends, and then they pot it, and he starts coughing, and you can hear the little chuntering. This is a match, though, that's caught everyone's
22.
imagination.
23.
Run a little bit further than he would like, but shouldn't be a problem. Stun the black, cannon a red to hold at this end. Well, didn't even have to do that. And has found a gap for a red in the
30.
right corner. Looks like a very good chance this now.
31. $38.
It's starting to look as if O'Sullivan will be 2 frames behind.
39.
Going into this evening's penultimate session.
46.
Yes, in simple terms, what it means that Stephen Hendry lost the first session 5-3, 8 frames in the first 3 sessions, 9 in the final one. He lost 5 of the first 8. But in this second session, he's going to win it by
54.
6 frames to 2.
55.
Which is a good performance against anyone, particularly the form that Ronnie O'Sullivan was in. In the last frame, Clive, you were questioning whether Ronnie was just beginning to crack slightly.
62.
Well, under the onslaught of breaks that Stevens made this morning, anyone would have been forgiven for
63.
thinking, well, when am I going to get a turn?
$68.
This red will clinch it. Now 69 points
69.
in front. With only 67 left on the table, pink to come, so I don't think Ronnie will be getting another chance this frame. But there's only 2 frames in it, with 2
75.
sessions to go. Another possible 17 frames to play.
76.
But Stephen has certainly stamped his authority on this one.
He develops another red.
83. 84. 91. 92. 97. 98.
So here comes Hendry's 3rd century of the session. And if Hendry was on the back foot for most of yesterday afternoon,
104.
he's been scoring all round the wicket this morning.
Yes, Clive, sensational stuff, and
110.
a challenge for Ronnie O'Sullivan. We've well documented
112.
what he said, what he was going to do to Stephen in this match. And Stephen's at the top of his game. So a challenge for the young pretender.
115.
Can he come back and cope with the 7 times world champion?
119. 124.
124, his 3rd century of the session. Stephen Hendry leads 9-7 going into the penultimate session this evening.
At 9-7, it couldn't be more evenly poised for, I think, a classic match, which it has been so far.
Pretty good break-off shot from Ronnie. The first frame in the morning session. He didn't find the top cushion. Left a similar red to this, which Stephen knocked in. It's a bit tougher now. Well, it looks as though he can get past the black to cut this red into the left corner. Only a half chance, but that's all that Ronnie was getting this morning.
Switch it off, please.
Always going to be a problem with this amount of people in the audience that somebody may have forgot to switch their phone off. That's what happened there. Hopefully it's not going to disturb this shot. Clearly it hasn't. He's looking somewhere near back to his best. I mean, this morning's session, 3 centuries and 18 250s, and a horrible kick there, but he's not done too much damage. He would have been perfect on these 2 reds, apart from the kick. Just watch the cue ball. There's the bounce, which meant that it made the white come a little bit narrower than it would have done. So a little bit of work to do now from this next positional shot, where there wouldn't have been before.
Nine.
Here's the kick, you see, but sometimes you can get a kick that helps you, and I think that's one of the times, because he had to flick off the pack there, and he actually brought another red into play. So not all kicks are bad for you.
16. $17. 24. $25. $32.
Well, 4 reds, 4 blacks. Pink not in play at the moment.
33. $40. 41.
A couple of loose reds to play for, but may take this opportunity to pot the black and cannon into the main bunch. Well, it's pretty good. I don't know whether he's on a red that he can
48.
play for the black.
Well, the way these reds are split, if he has to get a pair of step ladders out here, he'll try and get on the black somehow. But I agree with you, John, it's not natural to get on the black, but these reds are now absolutely perfect. If you can get the next red and get on the black, I think it's time to sit very quietly. Ronnie knows that
56.
this first frame now can only go astray for Hendry if, in trying to get onto the black, he misses an easy shot because the balls are in a perfect
57.
position. This championship's had everything but a 147. It's just lovely to watch Hendry go for the 147.
64.
He never plays the wrong shot, always gets high on every ball to make sure he's got choices. This is
65.
such a chance.
Frame obviously is very important. This black and one more red would clinch the frame. Missed the cannon. Played a cannon.
72.
And having missed it, the red for the frame is now not a formality. Just played to nudge that line of three. This red for the frame, I don't think he'll try and hold for the black, will he? Well, he did, and he has. Tremendous shots.
Well, we talk about Jimmy White being the best player in the world with the rest. That was up there. That was a fabulous shot to hold for the black from that angle. If he does go on to make a 147, that'll be one of the shots for the championship without any doubt. To hold the cue ball from a quarter ball pot is fantastic, especially with the rest. This will open up the only two safe reds unless he catches them thick. The only reason that's stopping Stephen playing this is because if he doesn't run through enough, he'll have no black. That's why he's taking the slightly more difficult red.
$88. $89.
He may just risk playing this kiss now because he's only got one more chance after this. Could play for the loose one. Now that is good play for me because he might not have had another chance.
And if the red he's closest to goes in the middle, it's okay. And I'm sure it does.
96.
It's all about this shot. This is the only one that can go wrong now if he doesn't get high enough on the reds. He'll play for both reds. He won't play for one of them. He'll play for both of them. This is perfect. This is perfect. Go on, my son.
104.
Mobile phones go.
Quietly, please.
Thank goodness for that.
105.
Not perfect on this black. Needs to hold it. Half ball ready needs.
Well, he's thinking of holding for the red in the middle. I don't know, if he's got the angle, why not run her through off the side cushion? But every shot now is a big pressure shot. He's stunned up, he's on the red. There's £167,000 at stake here
112.
on every shot he plays from now on.
He's going to have to come across with the black in the same pocket as the red. I can't believe it. There's another phone got off. Come on, Stephen. Plain ball this black.
113.
Natural angle to go on the yellow. I just wonder whether he's going to play it one cushion or two. No, no. Oh, no! It was absolutely perfect on the yellow. What a terrible shame for not only the crowd, the commentators, Ronnie O'Sullivan alike. That was a fantastic effort.
Yeah, no maximum bonus on this occasion for Stephen Hendry, but he quickly regrouped to forge into an 11 frames to 9 lead as we pick them back up early in frame 21.
And that was the worst thing that could have happened. He hit the red in the wrong place. He's left a chance for Ronnie.
One. Six. 7. 14.
Certainly doesn't want to finish too straight on this black. That's why he's purposely left it high.
15.
It's done up and down off one cushion for the red that's nearest the cue ball. Not the perfect angle.
No, he
22.
didn't quite get into that black enough.
23.
And he's not played that well either. He's played for the black and he's overcooked it. You can only see a red at the balk end now. It's a thin black. I don't think it's the type of shot you want to be playing with a lot of right-hand side to try and cannon into the cluster here. There's reds in the balk end to play for. Well, he did play the cannon in the cluster. That was a brave shot, and he's got a reward.
30.
Yes, it was excellent. He may have to just flick off a red here. I don't know whether he can screw direct for the black. Yes, he's flicked off a red. Another very
31.
clever shot. He's unlucky to put another couple of reds safe. This is the shot that split the pack, which he played with just a trace of check side. Just there's the white look checking up. Deserved to be on a red playing it like that. I'm sure one of these reds will go somewhere at the bottom of the pack. Well, the top one near the pink must go because he wouldn't have played it that hard otherwise.
38.
Yes, there you can see, definitely can see the middle of the pocket. You can't see the left-hand jaw. Got to be careful.
Yes, he had a close look. I wondered if there was a plant into this corner pocket. He may have looked at that, would he?
45.
Looks very close to a plant. Yes, it was.
46.
Got a lovely touch of Ronnie O'Sullivan when he's in like this.
I know we've had some great matches. You always mention the John
52.
Higgins, Matthew Stevens semi-final last year. Both players scoring very heavily, but These two players just purely one visit snooker.
53.
You can't play better than these two guys are playing.
58. 59. 65. 66.
Well, once again, one visit snooker, the black to make the frame safe.
$73. 74.
And Stephen, well, he was snookered on the black, and it was a tricky one. He just left one red. But such is the high standard. My colleague Willie Thorne has mentioned it's incredible snooker.
80.
Considering the pressures, it's the semi-final of the World Championship. They couldn't
89.
play any better of this in the local club with no pressure at all.
90.
This is a tremendous break from Ronnie. This is the best he's produced today for me. And I think that was all the talk at the interval, because Stephen Hendry, to me, particularly today,
97.
has been the stronger player. He's outplayed Ronnie. But the main thing is, you look at the scoreboard,
98.
and after this frame, Stephen Hendry will only be one frame in front. Marvellous century, marvellous.
Century number 290 for this young man.
104.
The blue 109, so a possible 136. All records are going to be broken this year at the Crucible. We're now just one short of the record
109.
ever at the Embassy World Championships, and we've got another 2 half matches to go and all the final. A new record is bound to be set now.
Nice. 114.
Two of the most naturally talented players ever to play the game are playing against each other, and it's like a boxing match.
118.
Blow for blow, century for century, break for break.
123. 129.
Not even bothered with the black. He knew he couldn't get the highest break of the tournament. Stephen Hendry can only sit there and admire that very, very good break from O'Sullivan. A 129 to get back within one frame at 11 frames to 10. Well, he's played a clever shot there. Did he play that, John?
He did. I thought he was playing a thin contact, which he couldn't play. He's trying to come off the cushion and catch that red thin. It was clever, but it wasn't perfect. He's just tried to clip this red thin. Not that one, the one just before it. If he catches that thin, he'd have gone up to the balk end, but he's left a chance for Stephen.
One.
Just a straightforward pot. He's nicely on the blue. And this is where, all throughout this match,
6.
Stephen has been scoring very heavily. And particularly now, he's
7.
got the black in the open, the pink in the open, blue on its spot. How many can he make?
14. $15.
Hard
22.
pill to swallow when you haven't really played a bad shot, as Ronnie's not done in this frame. Stephen threw the
23.
red and then missed the brown and left Ronnie nothing on. He played a shot to nothing. Stephen then got a snooker at the next shot. And now he can only sit and watch and probably think that that was his last shot in this frame. Such is the standard. You don't expect him to
30.
break down before he gets 50.
31. $38.
That's really the view from our commentary box. And
39.
Stephen, as per usual, taking these very nicely, nice control of the cue ball. Tried to develop those two reds. He's got this red.
46.
He's got one more in the open, and then he's got to start playing good positional shots. So that's why he tried to develop
47.
those two reds near the top cushion, but he hasn't. So, what does he need? 55
54.
points in front. That red.
55.
The black. 63. You'll need one more red and a colour after this black. Played to perfection.
62. $63. $70. Okay. $71.
I'm sure if he pots the black, it's not going to be easy to get on the next red unless he can disturb a red into play after this black, but he'd be 79 in front with only 59 left. Well, he's got the chance to cannon.
$78. 79.
So there's no way that Ronnie O'Sullivan will be coming back to the table
86.
in this frame. As you say, he did nothing wrong. Just a
87.
few little rubs of the green that went Stephen's way rather than his, and that's the nature of snooker. Table 12 foot long, 6 foot wide, and
93.
22 balls on it. You get
94.
a bit clustered. But Ronnie shouldn't be disheartened. And that's his 5th century of the match.
100.
He's not bothered about the red. He's won it.
100.
Ronnie concedes, obviously. So Stephen Hendry with another century gets back to 2 frames in front. 12-10.
It's very hard to question shot selection when two players are playing so very, very well.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what a kick that was. And that might give Ronnie another chance.
4.
But for the kick, he'd have been straight on the yellow. I suppose the only comfort for Stephen, at least the green went in. With a contact like this, the green could have been thrown offline.
Oh, what a great recovery. Now a key shot coming up. He's 16 in front.
Yeah, but he's straight on. If he's straight on this green, he needs a heck of a shot to get good position on the brown.
Well, good screw back, but I don't think he's going to be on it.
9.
I don't think he's on it in a position where he can guarantee popping it. And there's the expression on the face. He's cutting this back into a blind pocket. We often talk on commentary how difficult these are.
He only needs the brown, though.
Well, you have to question 2 shots that these players have played. O'Sullivan's brown and now Hendry's brown. I don't blame him for playing the pot, but surely played at a pace as a shot to nothing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what's happened in this frame.
Great positional shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He needs another one now, in and out of balk off the blue. Oh, it's coming a little bit
9.
narrow. He's not perfect on this pink, and he still needs the pink and black.
15.
Well, you have to forgive players for now and again playing bad shots. They've both played one bad shot each. But goodness me, what a frame of snooker. Hendry started with a 53. You can see what that frame meant to Ronnie O'Sullivan. A clenched fist as he leaves the audience. He really knew that was a frame that could turn this match upside down.
Yep, a steal from the defending champion, and O'Sullivan would push on from there, taking the next with a break of 60 and finishing that session 12 frames apiece. This really was very, very tasty. Into the next session we go, and it's Hendry who has once again regained the initiative. 14 frames to 12 in front now. And it's Ronnie in frame 27, eyeing up a tricky long red here.
Well, that's the first reckless shot we've seen from Ronnie. Maybe just a little frustration setting in here. Will that be a costly error from Ronnie?
Seven. 8.
'Looks as if he might be
50.
3 behind.
16.
So he's going to have to do it all again. He was 3 behind. And 11-8. So just
22.
this straightforward red. And it will be the first 3 frames of the session to Stephen Hendry.
23.
And it's virtually the next frame is the one that I think Ronnie will need to stay in the match, because if he lost all 4 and went 16-12 behind, Hendry would be 1 away from victory. I think the next frame is massive for O'Sullivan.
Jim Hendry, 29.
Not quite over the line, but Barring snookers, it's going to be 15-12.
Well, Ronnie didn't get those snookers, and Stephen took the next as well, and now within one frame of what would surely be one of his most satisfying victories. Here he is on a break of 45 and in the balls.
Is it there?
Stephen Hendry, 45.
This was close.
Quietly, please. Don't shout out to other players at the table.
This is not easy. It's there. Well, if anyone can make a comeback, it's got to be Ronnie O'Sullivan.
8.
But what a tall order.
Nine. $16. $17.
That's a well-executed shot. Just swinging the cue ball in between yellow and brown. But just another 2 inches of pace would have been better. That's why I'm looking at the much more difficult yellow. Not quite nicely enough on the blue. Certainly got into that, I think, too much.
19. $20.
No player has ever won the Embassy World Championship for the first time and come back and defended it. Ronnie O'Sullivan is attempting to do that, but
25.
he's got very few chances left. Can't afford to
26.
make a single mistake.
Now that would need an awesome performance to win 5 on the trot without a missing ball,
32.
especially as that young man is in tremendous form.
33.
This is the key shot. It's not perfect. Well, they made it look very, very simple. What a lovely shot. That could be a frame winner.
40. $41. Yes, okay. 48. 49.
That's a good angle on the pink to get to the last red, which was the most difficult. So this is the shot. Hasn't got too much to do with the cue ball.
55. $56.
This is a brilliant break under the circumstances.
62.
He made a bad
64.
break-off shot. Stephen Hendry looked like he was going to clinch the match until he ran slightly out of position when going into the reds. This match
67.
is still alive.
$76.
He's got an awful long way to go, but what a start for the recovery. That magnificent break of 82 pulls the frame back for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Thank you. The 30th frame. Quietly, please. Stephen Hendry to break.
Oh, Stephen Hendry never played a bad shot in the last frame. He was unlucky when he went into the pack of reds on the break of 45. Played what he thought was a shot to nothing. O'Sullivan spotted a fantastic red. Cleared with 82. I think Ronnie has decided to go for everything. Fantastic pot. What a cue action to be able to pot that like that. Could there be another twist in this match?
4. Five. 12. 13.
'Just a quick look at the bunch of reds. He's okay just yet. 2 more reds before he needs to worry about that. And just looking at them, they're not a great pack to go into from either
18.
blue or black. In fact, if that one at the back
19.
of the bunch would be available, that would help. But he could go into the left side of the pack here. That red at the left side of the pack, if he can and that, he could really open things up here. That's not bad.
26. 27.
This is incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. He'll stay focused. He only needs the one
32.
frame. But he might have to wait for
33.
the next frame.
Well, got a horrible kick, but it hasn't
39.
made that much difference this time. Apart from if he decides to play the black into the pack, because it's a hard black. This, without doubt, now is going to be up there with the all-time great Crucible matches. I don't think we've ever seen 2 players playing at this standard. It's such an important match.
This just gives everyone a breather in the Crucible Theatre. The pink is a bit tight. The referee, Arian Williams, needing a little bit of time just to make sure he gets it absolutely right.
45.
And he'll go for the blue, I feel, off this, because it's a much better
46.
bunch to go into from the blue. He's missed it. He didn't get far enough up on the blue and had to try and use the 2 cushions.
51.
So this is a replica of the first frame. And it was Stephen Hendry who got in first in that one.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 51.
Well, the last frame before the mid-session interval, Ronnie was in front, played a fabulous safety shot, put it tight on the cushion. There's the reaction having knocked Cannon into the reds. The frame before the mid-session interval, Hendry rolled one in and cleared. Didn't even attempt it this time, waiting for a better chance. And there will be the odd doubt if Ronnie wins this frame. 16-14, there could be an odd doubt in Stephen's mind. But he's looked so totally focused so far. a bit dangerous.
That's careless from Ronnie. He's left a chance, and Stephen can get up onto the black, possibly from this red. The white's going to go close to the corner pocket. He's got to be a little bit careful. That's why he's forced the shot. Had he have played that plain ball, the white would have gone dangerously close to the corner pocket. So he's out of position.
Stephen Hendry 1.
Well played. But having said that, Ronnie's anxiously had a look at the table. That one has just sprung out of the little group. And Stephen can pot this red into the corner. Too far.
1.
In behind the black.
Stephen Hendry 1.
Yeah, that's all he can do, really. He's looking at the other side, but I thought just nestling into those two. He's going the other side, but as long as he doesn't hit it too hard, he'll be okay. He might take the one on that's up by the blue. Well, he's not thinking of a plant. It's not on this. He's going to have to try and make it. Oh, what a risk this would be. You can see enough of that one by the blue, you know. This is risky.
Well, he played it in such a way that he made it into a shot, and the thing just screwing back there for the black. Could have gone wrong, but it hasn't.
Well, I don't know, really. If he knocks this long red in, the frame's over. It was close.
There was an awful lot of pressure on that one, though. OK, he's some 49 points in front, but if this red goes in, Hendry will be taking on in a moment. And he gets on the blue, kisses the pink. Who knows, that 41-point lead could evaporate very quickly. 49-point leads, I should say. Well, it's not a bad little flick on the black. He can go into the two reds off the black. Never misses a chance to win frame at one visit, and this is a chance.
8. Nine.
There's a hush come over the Crucible Theatre. There's so much pressure on this possible clearance, but the chance
15.
is there.
Well, if this was the first frame, you would think it'd be a certainty.
16.
But this is the frame to get into his 9th World Championship final.
He's already won a record 7. The one he lost was to his good
22.
friend Ken Doherty. Ronnie can't do anything about this. He's got to just hope that Stephen makes a mistake.
He played that last shot with the rest to the inch. Ronnie now knows that
29.
only a little twitch from Stephen Hendry, a pressure shot that he could snatch at. That's the only thing that can stop Hendry clearing
30.
up from here.
Played to perfection.
36.
We've had everything in this match.
38.
Two of the greatest players in the game going head to head with quite a bit of needle. Stephen Hendry was a man on a
41.
mission.
$45.
He's going to
50.
need the black as well. This would put him 7 in front. This has been, in my opinion, one of his greatest performances. An absolutely unbelievable match, a fantastic clearance. Stephen Hendry's in his 9th World Championship final, and the way he played here, who says he won't win it?
It's always nice to close a match out with a nice scoring visit. It's all very well winning matches if it's scrappy frames, but I get more pleasure from winning with a visit. And I think Ronnie had gone maybe, you know, had taken quite a big lead in the frame and missed or got a position or whatever, and to sort of, you know, clear up from well behind to win the match is very nice, and again, and gives you good confidence.
I just thought that was the turning point in my career, because I came back from there realising that under the most extreme pressure, Stephen Hendry got more aggressive. But not only did he get more aggressive with his game, he kind of potted them as well. And I thought, if you're going to get aggressive and win tournaments, you've got to be able to pot them. And I think he just showed me that what I needed to do to improve as a player.
Well, there's no disputing Ronnie's improvement since then, is there? He returned a further 4 times to win the world title and remains one of the preeminent forces well into his 40s in the game. As for Stephen Hendry, well, it was a bittersweet moment, really, that match, wasn't it? Because not long after tasting victory, his quest for an 8th world title was thwarted in an absolutely pulsating final against Peter Ebdon. He never did make another final and retired as the proud owner of a magnificent 7 world crowns.